Hey, I'm Jason.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Jason.
And we're Poor Decisions Live. Today on Poor Decisions Live, we're going to get to try what still remains to be a highly sought after offering from Maker's Mark. It's their 100% wheat whiskey from Star Hill Farm.
Much anticipated.
Much anticipated. And basically the breakdown of this is 51% soft red winter wheat, 27% malted soft red winter wheat, and 22% malted barley. Comes in at 114.7 proof. It's got a gorgeous kind of carafe type bottle that actually has the dimpling in the sides, which I guess you'll see a lot better once it's empty, so we'll help you see it. And
looks dark and red like ketchup.
I see cherry, but ketchup.
Well, the cap and the red kind of just made me think
Right.
about ketchup, but I'm sure it's going to be a lot better than ketchup.
I hope so. I at least hope it's not as thick as ketchup.
That'd be a viscous mouthfeel there.
This is going south.
Yeah. Easily ketchup into the mix.
That is not a tasting note. I hope
I
it
swear I
tastes.
have not been drinking
No.
yet.
I just work here.
But I do like that mash bill. I usually like the red wheat.
I'm interested to see, if it carries some of the usual, because Maker's Mark has a tendency to have kind of a wheat funk to it, and I'm a big fan of a lot of their, single barrel picks and stuff like that. So, but I do think that's something that's present. Feel how this is another cork that's kind of a weapon.
Oh yeah, it's got a little weight to it.
It's like marble.
I like it.
Yeah. Pairing it with a cigar today too.
We are. Chris was gracious enough to turn us all on to a Padron 1926 number 9 natural cigar of the year. Gosh,
Fantastic.
several years
cigar.
ago.
Yeah, it's always one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's nice.
The number 9 and the 48, but the number 9 is I think where it's
Yeah.
at.
You did a little video on your cigar buying adventure, didn't you?
I did. I want to redo it though.
Oh, so you're gonna take them back,
No.
or just buy another box? That could be, yeah,
I can fake it.
yeah.
I like the nose on it.
I'm getting a little bit of apple spice.
Vanilla's my crutch. But I think it makes sense. But I also get I want to say caramel or toffee.
Yeah, I was gonna say more of like almost a toffee.
Yeah. I'm getting my nose way up in there. It's like almost got it wet.
Of course, if we let this breathe a little bit more, we'd probably get a lot more of that.
Thick legs on it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Pretty heavy. It's a sugar bomb.
A little bit of Heinz.
Sugar cinnamon crisps.
A little bit of Heinz ketchup.
No ketchup, guys. No, I do get almost like a caramel toffee apple.
It is sweet. It is.
But it's a subdued apple. So and I don't even know if I would have said that if you hadn't said it earlier. But now I'm thinking it. So
it's there in the taste as well.
Get a little bit of that cinnamon with it, but I don't get. It does not there is no caramel or vanilla or anything trailing off afterwards. It's like it's just sweet the whole way through.
Good viscous mouthfeel.
Yeah, it's kind of apple pie. It's cinnamon,
like a baked apple pie.
Yeah, I would have sworn, just based on kind, I don't know, it's something I put in my own head, but I would have sworn I would have picked up like a cherry on this, and I don't really.
I
don't get
my
any.
second sip, I got a little bit of cherry on.
Really?
When you said the word cherry, it
But I must say, I'm not getting cherry.
But
I'm not really getting dark fruit at all in my palate.
It's like Granny Smith, apple, cinnamon.
The cherry might just be the burn. Got a little heat to it on the fall.
Well, the proof is
that might be the cinnamon.
Yeah, that's what I'm the cinnamon. I mean, but the proof, like you're saying, that's 114.7. So it's got enough proof to stand up. It's got that glow. It's nothing that's really too hot. It's not hot. It's definitely not hot on the front of the palate. I mean, on the back end, it's just kind of that glow, that Kentucky.
It does kind of smoother than a 114. Yeah. But I like that proof point.
I do like this. I'm wishing for more on the finish. It just kind of stops for me.
It stops in the mid palate for me.
Yeah.
Like I don't get anything on the back. Like
it's there. It has a huge amount of promise, especially at the front of the palate. It kind of carries over. That sweetness carries over.
Right.
You get that spice, and then it's just glow. I mean,
Right.
there's just no lingering.
There's a lingering sweetness to it.
Well, I think that's just because it is very
it's
sweet.
So I would say it's. I mean, I wouldn't say it cuts off because there's that sweetness that lingers on. It's viscous enough, but you're right. A lot of the flavors dissipate, but that sweetness is still, for me, up front and on follow.
Well, I just went in for my first sip, and I mean it's consistent. It's consistent. Here's where though price point kind of comes into the equation, and I'll go on the record as saying so. This bottle was $125. It was supposed to MSRP at $100. I haven't seen it anywhere close to $125 since I got it. That would weigh on me a little bit. I still would buy another one if I found it.
I think it's good. I just, you start getting into that price point. There's just so many that have a rounded flavor profile that just lingers and it changes through the palate.
Yeah.
This is, and don't get me wrong, it's I guess the equivalent to what I'm trying to say is not in the actual flavor itself, but in the way the flavor presents. It reminds me of a Japanese whiskey. It's fairly single note. It's just and it's a good note. And don't get me wrong. I really like it. I love a good Yamazaki 12 or 18, but it just doesn't have this huge rounded set of flavors that a lot of times you can get in that price range.
Was there
and it's just the finish it's leaving me a little bit. I don't know. It's just not quite there.
Something that I've noticed with this product is this a rarity when it comes to. I mean, the bottle's a little different, but like when you're talking to Private Select, Maker's Mark, most of their line is $80. Is about the coming. So
those Private Selects. Don't get me wrong. I love those.
I do too.
I mean, I have
got a lot of them.
Almost never had one that I didn't think was a solid bourbon, especially for the price point. But I also tend to get. I get a little more out of a lot of those than I'm getting out of this.
That was my thinking. For paying $114, Private Select I get for $80, I get a little more dimensional than a one note. But this, I do like it.
I do too.
Yeah.
It's kind of to me. I think you hit the nail on the head. I think it's kind of a baked apple pie with some cinnamon,
Right.
and that sweet just kind of punches through everything. It goes all the way through, and there's no change.
Right. I mean,
It just falls off.
the one thing that and I'm struggling to remember the last weeded bourbon that I had that carried this type of proof point. And there are probably some out there that I'm just forgetting. And I think a lot, like what I'm getting out of it is that little Kentucky hug you were talking about.
Yeah.
I like that. I like the flavor. Again, if this was 100 or somewhere between 80 and $100, I'm kind of buy all day on it.
Yeah.
I've already stated that I would buy another bottle if I saw one to back it up.
I think I would too, especially because I do have people that that I share bourbon with that really like that sweeter profile, and I think it'd be right up their alley. And I like the sweet too, it's just I'm like I said, the only thing that really kind of disappoints me a little bit with this is the finish. It just doesn't have a whole lot of depth on that finish.
I don't know if you have this, but I find sometimes where I'm kind of in the mood for something that carries a little bit of a sweetness to it, and that's a go-to. That you know what you're getting.
Yes.
Dessert board.
Yeah, it's a great after a meal.
Yeah, that'd be great with a bowl of ice cream.
Yeah.
I mean, it really would. That would be really good. On the cigar, typically, if you got a flavor profile that kind of bridges between the two, that's good, and that it does kind of bring out some of the sweetness in the cigar, which I do like. I agree with you. I think it's a solid bottle. I'm not trying to disparage them.
Right.
I think that I've had other things from them that give me a little bit more, and I hate to say it, at a little bit better price point.
Right. But overall, would you agree it's a poor decision?
It is.
It is a pour.
That might be because
It's a good pour.
Mead might be the fact that it's a little more one-dimensional.
Yeah.
Maybe it doesn't allow it to get so much
I've
more.
had some fantastic wheated ones though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how that. Maybe someone can educate us a little bit on that. I'm not sure. To me, it just the wheated tends to make it a little softer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mute a lot of the other flavors necessarily. It just kind of it makes it softer.
Right. Well.
So I think yes, poor decision. I would not put that as high as some of the others that we've done recently.
Agreed.
Kind of going back to like the blue corn, red corn, purple corn that we did, which is out on YouTube.
Right.
That is a fantastic lineup.
Yeah.
And to me, both individually and then the combination, the purple corn that we did, just kind of knocks this one out of the.
Yeah.
It is a Texas whiskey, though.
It is a Texas whiskey, so we're a little biased.
Yeah. Well, in wrapping up, as always, drink responsibly.
Thanks for joining us.
Subscribe.
Yes, thank you.
Follow. Mash every button you see. And we've got some cool things on the horizon with barrel pick opportunities and more content coming your way. So
Some competitions.
Thanks for watching, and
Thank you.
cheers.
Tell your friends.